With the next three bonus videos connected to a course in production, I wanted to present a series of thought exercises that you can do immediately to implement some new and useful practices to your everyday work. All of these exercises are based on the writing of some of today's top career development authors. For today, I wanted to offer something from Tiffany Dufu's Drop the Ball, Achieving More by Doing Less, which I also mentioned in Lesson 8. Tiffany Dufu reminds us in Chapter 14 that done is another person's perfect, which is the crux of today's thought exercise. Dufu emphasizes in this chapter that when it comes to delegating and sharing responsibility for a task, we need to remember that quality is relative. Hence, done is another person's perfect. To be clear, Dufu is writing about leveraging diversity on the home front with one significant other, not production and animation per se. Still, her perspective and words of wisdom are highly transferable. As a breed, those of us in production tend to be pretty ambitious and aspire to perfection in a way that can sometimes come off as a little controlling. As such, it can be tough for us to delegate tasks or to even allow for exploration of a new way of doing things. We might not have the time and we might not be motivated to even try because we like to be in control and do things our own way. There are a few issues with not delegating. First, we exhaust ourselves by taking on too much. Second, we prevent the growth of our teammates by not allowing them the chance and opportunity to complete a task that we would normally do. And three, we prevent our own growth by shutting down opportunities for us to see or experience something different that might in fact be more successful or efficient than what we are currently doing. With regards to the third point especially, Dufu says, women must trust other people to tackle problems, even if they do it differently from how we would. It's time to take a page from Princess Elsa of Frozen and simply let it go. If we can do that, we're likely to discover the kind of innovation that can transform our lives on the home front for good. Dufu proceeds to share several compelling and amusing anecdotes about how she and her husband Kojo have approached managing household chores together. Again, highly relevant to delegating production tasks, saying, quote, "It was just my way. The highway wasn't even an option. But once I began relying more on his help and really letting him do things his way, I benefited in new and unexpected ways. Each of these disruptions served as a reminder that diversity, when leveraged to solve problems in new ways, is a magnificent thing." So here's your first thought exercise. I want you to think of a task that you have delegated to someone else and one in which you're unhappy with the result of said task. I want you to ask yourself the following questions. First, was this person's attempt actually subpar or unsatisfactory in some way, or was it simply different from how you would have done things? If it was indeed just different, is there something from their approach in handling the task that you found to be enlightening or helpful? For example, was their way of doing things more efficient? Was it less expensive? Was it handled perhaps more slowly but with more grace and care? Try to examine this honestly and see what you have learned and how you might apply this tactic to your own work.